Convection current. Any movement of matter that results from differences in density, vertical, circular, and cylinder.
Okay, this is the vent, and it's blowing cold air out, which is circulating the rest of the house, cooling off the rest of the house. Heat is the energy transfer between objects that are at different temperatures.
Okay, so this is the heat, and it's transferring to the pan. So the pan is warming up because it's at a different temperature, so the heat is going from one place to another.
Conduction occurs when objects are in direct contact.
Okay, this pan is in direct contact with this, and it's heating everything up, so everything inside it is going to be heated up too.
Radiation is the energy that is transferred as electromagnetic waves, such as visible light and infrared waves. The rays from the sun are radiation rays, and they're coming down and hitting my skin, making my skin warm.
Absolute zero, the temperature at which molecular energy is at a minimum.
A blanket is an example of an insulator because it doesn't transfer heat very easily, so the molecular energy would be at a minimum.
Convection results from the movement of warm fluids.
The heat from the stove is transferring to the pan, which is heating up the water, which speeds up the water molecules, making the water boil. An insulator is a material that transfers energy poorly.
Okay, this wooden spoon is an insulator because it's offering very large resistance to the flow of electric current, and it's not transferring heat to my hand.
Specific heat describes how much energy is required to raise an object's temperature.
Okay, so the dryer is trying to raise the temperature of the clothes so it's not wet, so it's heating up everything inside so it can get to the right temperature.
Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold an object is.
A temperature is how hot or cold an object is, and right now it's 37 degrees out, and it's really cold.
A thermometer is an instrument to measure temperature. Celsius, it freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. It boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit, it freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Kelvin, freezes at 273 Kelvin. It boils at 373 Kelvin.
This is a thermometer, and it measures temperature in Celsius, Fahrenheit, and kelvins.
The difference between the two scales, Celsius and Fahrenheit, is by 32 degrees. 1 degree Celsius equals 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. To convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, you do 1.8 times Celsius plus 32. To find Fahrenheit to Celsius, you do Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8. The Kelvin conversion equation, you do Celsius plus 273. The thermal equilibrium. It is observed that a higher temperature object which is in contact with a lower temperature object will transfer heat to the lower temperature object.
The heat from the water transfers to my hand, and whenever I switch my hand over to room temperature water, the heat transfers to the water, which cools down my hand. Between convection, conduction, and radiation is that conduction is heat transfer through contact of the materials, and convection is heat transfer through water or air, and radiation is heat transfer through electromagnetic waves. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and